There comes a time in every person's journey when the road ahead blurs. You start questioning everything, your direction, your timing, your purpose. You wonder if you've wandered too far, or if you've barely begun. But the truth is, this confusion often arrives right before clarity. Doubt often appears right before destiny, and struggle is often the first sign that you are finally moving in the right direction, because the right path doesn't feel easy, it feels alive. It shakes you, it stretches you, it dismantles who you were to reveal who you were meant to become. There are signs, divine, undeniable signs that appear when you're aligned with something greater, not in the noise of the world, but in the quiet conviction of your heart. If these truths speak to you, understand this: you are not lost. You are waking up. Sign 1. You feel uncomfortable in places you used to belong. The first sign that you are on the right path is discontent. What once felt familiar begins to feel foreign. Conversations that used to excite you now drain you. Environments that once felt safe now suffocate you. That's not failure. That's evolution. You are outgrowing the version of yourself that settled for less. You are shedding the layers of conformity that kept you small. The caterpillar doesn't mourn the cocoon. It breaks it open. Because there's a difference between comfort and calling. And once your soul has tasted expansion, comfort becomes unbearable. So when you feel restless, when you feel off, when nothing fits the way it used to, that's life's way of saying you are not meant to stay here. Growth is calling. Sign 2. You are losing people. But finding yourself there will come a time when the crowd that once surrounded you begins to thin. Not because you've done something wrong, but because your frequency has changed. You'll notice silence where there used to be noise. You'll feel misunderstood. You'll wonder why the people who once celebrated you now seem distant. But solitude is sacred. It is in the quiet that greatness is conceived. Every visionary, every leader, every creator, every dreamer walks alone before they are recognized. Because alignment requires separation. When you are no longer willing to betray your truth to fit in, the world shifts around you. You are not losing people. You are losing versions of yourself that needed their approval. And in their absence, you are finally meeting you. Sign 3. Everything feels uncertain, yet something in you feels unshakably sure. The next sign is paradox. Your mind is filled with doubt, but your soul feels certain. The world looks unstable, but something inside whispers, keep going. This is faith, not belief without evidence, but belief before evidence. The unseen conviction that the direction you're walking in is right, even when your eyes can't yet prove it. There is a reason most people quit right before their breakthrough. The path narrows before it expands. The storm hits hardest before the calm. The test comes right before the transformation, when everything around you looks chaotic, but deep down you know you cannot turn back. That is not madness. That is guidance. It's the universe aligning your inner truth with your outer reality. Sign 4. Opportunities appear when you least expect them. When you are aligned, life begins to mirror that alignment. Doors open. The right people show up. Ideas click into place like puzzle pieces long forgotten. This is not coincidence. It's confirmation. It's the law of cause and effect at work. You become magnetic to the energy you embody. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in harmony with your purpose, the universe moves resources in your favor. It's not that opportunities suddenly appear. They were always there. You just couldn't see them until you became the version of yourself ready to receive them. So when synchronicities start to multiply, when chance meetings lead to meaningful progress, understand this: you are no longer chasing, you are attracting. Sign 5. The old you feels like a stranger. There will come a morning when you look in the mirror and realize you are not who you were 6 months ago. Your habits have shifted. Your language has evolved. Your priorities have changed. You no longer crave the distractions that once consumed you. You no longer tolerate the limitations you once accepted. It can feel strange, almost like mourning an identity, but this is the inevitable result of transformation. Every new level of life requires a new version of you. The right path doesn't add more to who you are. It strips away everything that isn't. It refines you. It humbles you. It awakens you. And in that awakening you will realize that success was never about becoming more. It was about remembering who you already were beneath the noise. Sign 6. You are tested with challenges that match your next level. The universe does not test your strength to break you. It tests it to build you. When you step into alignment, life will begin to send challenges that match the magnitude of your destiny. These are not punishments. They are calibrations. If you ask to lead, you will be tested with responsibility. If you ask for abundance, you will be tested with discipline. If you ask for growth, you will be tested with discomfort. The challenges you face are proof of your readiness. They are the training ground for your greatness. So when obstacles arise, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this preparing me for?" Because the fire that burns you is the same fire that forges gold. Sign 7. You feel a pull greater than logic. At some point, your dreams will stop being optional. They will become inevitable. You'll feel it deep in your bones, an inner calling you can't explain. It won't make sense to anyone else, not even to you sometimes. You'll question your sanity, your timing, your odds, but the calling will not leave you, because purpose doesn't negotiate, it commands. When you are on the right path, you are no longer driven by external rewards, you are pulled by internal conviction. Something inside begins to whisper, "This is it. This is what I was made for." And no amount of logic, doubt, or delay can silence that truth. That's not arrogance. That's alignment. That's destiny recognizing itself through you. Sign 8. You start attracting resistance from the world. The brighter the light, the more visible the shadows. When you begin to rise, you will notice criticism, jealousy, and misunderstanding from others. This is not a sign to stop. It's confirmation that you're seen. Every great innovator, every leader, every world changer faced opposition, because to move beyond average is to threaten the comfort of the mediocre. The world will always resist what it cannot understand. But remember, they laughed at Edison before he lit the world. They doubted Ford before he revolutionized travel. They dismissed Disney before he built a kingdom from imagination. If you are being resisted, it means you are being noticed. And if you are being noticed for your truth, you are exactly where you need to be. Sign 9. You are learning to surrender control once felt safe to you. You planned every move, clung to every outcome. But now something deeper is emerging, trust. You begin to understand that forcing doesn't create alignment. Flow does. You start releasing the need to know how everything will unfold. You stop fighting the process. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. When you trust that what is meant for you will not pass you, you stop chasing life, and life starts chasing you. You begin to operate from peace, not panic, from purpose, not pressure. Surrender is not giving up. It's giving over. It's saying, "I trust the timing of my becoming." And that trust, that stillness, that calm conviction is one of the surest signs you are exactly where you should be. Sign 10. You feel gratitude, even before you arrive. The final sign is perhaps the most powerful. You begin to feel gratitude not for what you have, but for what's coming. You no longer wait for the manifestation to feel fulfilled. You feel fulfilled now, because deep down you already know it's done. The seed has been planted. The outcome is inevitable. You are living in the vibration of completion. Gratitude is the highest signal of faith. It tells the universe, "I trust you." It tells life, "I am ready." When you can feel thankful before you see results, when you can celebrate the invisible with the same joy as the visible, you have mastered creation itself, because that is the moment your inner world and your outer world become one, and that is the truest sign of all.